Survivor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Soul Survivors.
Tell us
It's
about that. Like, how'd you come up with the idea, and what was like the goal attached to that?
so towards the end of my basketball career, I'm like, thinking of like, all right, what am I going to do? What's the next stage? Played 11 years of professional basketball. Been all over the country, did different things. I could have easily done the coaching, could have been a grad assistant and tried to go through the college route and be a college basketball coach, then the NBA stuff, coached in the G League and try to work my way up to the NBA. But I don't know. I just had this feeling that that wasn't my purpose. That wasn't gonna wake me up every single day, and I was gonna feel like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to accomplish in life. The basketball part of my experience was, I think, my own like ego for me, for my own journey. But I've kind of always thought that not a lot of people find their purpose in life. Obviously,
Max.
you grow up, everybody's like, oh, you just work a job, collect Social Security, and just kind of go through the same old, cycle.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, nah, this is, my life experiences, worth more than I don't, kind of sense. It's like it's more than that. Like I don't know, like I'm here for a reason. There's no reason why I'm just here,
Mhm.
just
Just to
pay.
exist. You're not here just to exist.
So I'm just like, I was going through like a really, difficult period in my head, of thinking, I was like, yo, what am I here for? I've almost, I've been in numerous health scares. I've been in a diabetic coma. I've,
Mm.
been in different, diabetic scares. Is like, I come out of it unscathed every time. It's like, all right, why am I, going through these things, and why am I coming out? What is this point of the story? So, um, I was thinking, I was thinking about all the times, growing up. What was my childhood like? What are the things that I watched? What's my um, kind of my kind of like what is my what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like my creative mindset. Like what am I? What are the things that I watched? What was my childhood like? So I was
Okay.
thinking about the cartoons like X-Men,
Okay.
Captain Planet, RoboCop,
Okay.
Thundercats. I was like, all right, how do I change? How do I make something that was, I guess, looked down upon, or something that was kind of my crutch in a sense? How do I make that into, my power? Like I was like,
Okay.
could have I could have written a book about myself, or just created a character and just talked about diabetes. But I think my experience in life, being able to travel the world, see different people, meet different ethnicities and
Mhm.
races, and just basically see the world. And there was so much, that so many experiences that I had. It's like, all right, it can't just be about, myself or a type with diabetes. Like it has to be this, this big platform.
Yeah, it's something bigger because now you're uplifting a lot of young minds. A lot of young
Mhm.
minds who may initially be discouraged. Based on having been in that condition. So yeah, it's big.
Right.
It's bigger than you, and yeah, I get it.
Right, right.
Yep.
So, I just thought I was like, all right, X-Men, this is Soul Survivors is kind of like a real life X-Men. X-Men were
Mm.
mutants. There were mutants, but they were kind of like saving the world. Same thing. Soul Survivors is a series about, children with, these health conditions, these chronic health conditions, but, they're superheroes. They use these conditions, not necessarily as their downfall, but kind of like their springboard to save the universe. And um, this is a series that unfortunately is going. I feel it's going to go on for a long time because there's no there's no cures for none of these health conditions. These health conditions are not curable. But I've seen, there's so many stories of thousands, millions of people that are managing these
Yeah,
health
they're to be
conditions and
managed.
living, great lives. So I feel like that should be highlighted more so than or just as equal as the commercials where the kids is like, it looks so scary. You ever see these commercials about cancer or autism or diabetes? It looks very scary. And imagine
Yeah.
a kid having to see these commercials.
Uh-huh.
Let's say if they had something to uplift them and being able to educate them and inspire them, I think that's what Soul Survivor is the purpose for.
Now,
And
where can parents purchase the Soul Survivors for their kids?
Soul Survivors were sold on Ingram Sparks. We're also sold on Amazon
Okay.
as well as our website, www.thesoulsurvivors.com.
Okay.
And yeah, the volume 2 is just released in September.
Oh,
Volume
okay.
3 is set to release in February. I've written 16 volumes so far. The goal,
16 volumes. You getting busy.
yeah. I kind of did like,
Oh.
but I started this process in 2017, 2018. So it's been it's just been
Mhm.
constantly, just chipping away every day, just again, just 1% better and getting closer
Mhm.
to the goal of social being a global platform.
And speaking of the global platform part, so two pieces. So for years, I worked in youth correctional facilities, mainly out in Colorado. Grew up in Detroit, but started working out in Colorado. And I noticed that, some of my most challenging youth offenders were those that had type 1 diabetes. So I'm just putting it out in the air. If you
Wow.
ever decide to reach out to some of these youth correctional facilities to say, hey, can I come in? Can I talk about my book a little bit? Because we got 14, 15, 16-year-old youth offenders and they got type 1 diabetes. And that's, they need an additional boost for their psyche. So I'm just, you know, putting it out there. And of
Let's do
course,
it.
and not to hold you up, but a final question we ask all our podcast guests. If you were coming up with a movie, not a book, a movie about your life story, Gary, what would be the title? Who will be the actor to play you and why? Got to put you on the spot.
um, the title of the movie, probably "The Journey is the Reward."
Okay, Journey of the Reward.
Um, who would play me? Uh, I'd probably have to say, man,
They
somebody.
don't have to be light skinned either. It's just somebody,
Have to be like,
somebody that you like. Okay, I want him representing me up there.
um, I mean, it has to be somebody, athletic, I guess, in the sense. So probably go, what's my guy? Either like Michael B. Jordan or Will Smith, one of those guys.
Okay.
Um, and what was the last question? And why? You said
Yeah. Why did you come up with the journey and the reward?
the journey is the reward is, just kind of, how I view life. Just like let's say the times where I went through my diabetic coma or, been in a car accident due to, low blood sugar episode or, whatever, any of the um, trials that I've been through, I think it's part now looking back at it, it shaped me and made me the person I am. Like I
Of
have,
course.
a testament. I have a story to tell. It's like, yo, I did this, and this is what came out of it. And now I can, be, a inspiration of, of light and hope for the next, person who's trying to, follow in my lead. Because none of the things that we've done is new. Everyone has done something or along the same lines before us.
Yes.
It's just now the next, look at my dad. He was an Olympic lifter and did all these things, and his goal was to be, known and, have the Forbes name known. And, I've done that and, gotten to the NBA and now doing this thing with, soul survivors and our purpose and missions. And, now when I have my child, he will take on, that next goal and, keep, just, chipping away and creating a legacy for our family.
Beautiful. Gary, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule, sharing your message and a little bit of your journey. Continuing blessings. Follow us at Heavy Brand Podcast. Continuing blessings, my brother.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.